Okay, welcome to North Hudson Public Works and Utilities Committee meeting of November 21, 2023 at 5:37 PM. Getting a little late start due to a meeting right in front of us. Item number one on our agenda is call to order roll call.
Trustee Keller?
Here.
Chair Pike?
Here.
Trustee Olson?
Here.
Item number two, approve the minutes of the October 17, 2023 Public Works meeting.
Want to amend, or not amend, move forward.
Move to approve.
Move to approve the minutes of October 17, 2023 Public Works meeting. There we go.
I'll second that. All right, I tried.
She's losing her voice over here.
Sorry.
All right, any additions, corrections, comments on the minutes? No? All right, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, passed. Item three, comments from the floor. We have no one on the floor. Item four, CIP, which is our capital improvement plan, review and discussion only. And so we have a map in our packet along with the list of all the CIP projects. Pacer ratings are even in here. The reason for the project is in here. A little more detail. Good. So, any questions on what we have in here? He did list them in order of priority. 6th Street, 6th Street Bridge. Start at the bridge, go to Wisconsin Street. So 6th Street is our main drag, right?
Yeah, that's Highway 35.
What are we doing on there?
So, that might be the old one, but there was a new one that was
Yeah, there's
revised.
two CIPs, the new one and the old one, just so you
Yeah.
could see the changes.
Oh,
Don't be-
Yeah,
So there's two
so,
of them in there.
so
that one is,
So
yeah.
this is the old at the top?
Yeah. That one, Brian, 24.
Okay. So we don't have this particular one online? They're
They're
looking at
both online.
They're both on there.
Both on
yeah,
there.
it should be both
She's
of
right
them.
above it.
I just
Yep.
included
Oh,
both so you
sorry.
can see what changed.
Gotcha.
Don't be bringing up 6th Street Bridge again.
All right.
Oh,
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, we're done with that.
Oof, that was a project.
Okay, so on the new one, Browns Beach listed in order of priorities first, 5th Street, which is Wisconsin to St. Croix Street. That one we have funds for,
Correct,
right? And we need to spend it this year, or this coming year.
correct. Yeah.
Browns Beach, same thing. We have funds for that.
Yep, you got some
Which you
stewardship
both heard
grant.
about in our budget meeting. Item three, Lemon Street, which is from Monroe to Webster. We don't have anything for that, right?
Basically, that was just some curb and gutter and sidewalk replacement in front
Okay.
of the school.
Okay.
Not a huge project,
How
but
much was that?
about 45,000 is what
Okay.
we're
That's what
estimating.
I'm seeing, yeah.
Yep.
Okay, and then we had, after Lemon, we had Monroe from Lemon Street to Helen Street. That was a little bigger project.
Yep.
We don't have funds for that, right?
Correct. That's one of the projects that we applied for
Okay,
funding for.
okay. And then Galahad, from Wisconsin Street to, what, the corner?
Termination.
Oh, to all of Galahad, okay, to termination.
Yep, all the way to the end.
And that's a big one.
Correct.
Riverside Drive, which is Meadow, I think is it Meadow or Meadone?
Meadow Drive to Helen.
Meadow Drive to Helen. And that's not a big one.
That's the retaining wall.
Oh, retaining wall.
Yep, that we're watching.
How is our retaining wall? You guys keeping an eye on it?
Yeah, it hasn't been much additional deterioration.
Okay. Then North End Road from Sand Hill Point to 6th Street. Sand Hill Point, is that, how many streets in on North End is that?
First one, the townhomes.
Okay,
Yeah.
right to the townhomes, okay. And then 8th Street, Monroe Street to Michelson Street. And I'm assuming, is that got sewer and water in it?
It does, and that's the area where we've had past histories with water main breaks.
Breaks, right.
Yeah.
North End Road, we had a break up there too.
Yeah.
Will this
Last
cover,
year.
will this cover that? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Any questions? No questions? Okay, so it's a discussion-only item. It's not something that we need to approve. I don't recall ever sending this before the board. It's our own personal
Yeah.
Yeah. It's part of,
inside planning mechanism. Okay.
yep.
All right, no other discussion, and that takes us to item number 5, Flex Seal Storm Sewer Catch Basins with remaining funds from the Sixth Street North Project discussion and possible recommendation. Number 1, how much do we have left?
So we gotta go over that, and it's between 16 and 21,000 left. We
Left.
just have to refine it, and I'm gonna work with Kevin on getting the actual
Okay.
amount.
And so whatever it is, we know that we can do these generally for between this amount and this amount? How many are you estimating we might get done?
About $800 a piece.
Okay.
So it just depends on if there's $20,000 or $16,000 in there, but it's still gonna be, some of them are like 600 and some of them are 1,000.
Okay.
Just depends on the size, so the
Right.
average would be, let's say, 800 a
Okay.
piece. So it could potentially get us about 25 of them additional,
That'd be
besides
great.
what we budgeted for in the 2024 budget. This would be additional to that.
Do we have record keeping? I mean, without the GIS. Do we have record keeping of the ones we are doing?
On Google Maps,
It's up.
I've created one on Google Maps, but
Okay.
It's not like for the record. We
No,
just have
okay.
it. So I
But-
mean, I can forward that to you, but it's nothing online or anything. It's just how I've been tracking it, because I can't find anything how we previously tracked it.
Really? So we don't know the ones that were done before?
We do know because we went through and inspected them all and
Okay.
wrote down which ones have been flex sealed and which ones don't, but I
So
don't.
just, you're gonna keep a running list or Google whatever you're doing until we get it on the GIS system, right?
Correct.
Because we can, once we mark, let's say a manhole that we're flex sealing, we can put notes in on what
Correct.
we
There's
did, right?
multiple layers
Yeah.
of, it even has the depth of how deep it is, everything, so we
Great,
can put all
great.
sorts of notes in there.
Okay. All right. Do we need to tell the finance and board that we want to spend the money for this, or is it your money? Or
So
is
I
it our
can't
money?
spend more than 5,000 without your approval, so we're just
Alright.
looking for you guys to,
We need a motion to approve the use of the remaining Sixth Street dollars for, I guess I'm making the motion. I make a motion that we approve the use of the remaining Sixth Street funds from the 35 project for flex sealing as many of our catch basins and manholes that we can.
I second that. It works.
Wonder if you had the voice.
Any other discussion? All right, all in favor, say aye.
All right.
Aye.
Aye. Oh, that's a spending. Dusty?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. All right, it's passed. Item 6, DOT asphalt trail along 35, discussion and possible recommendation. Anything new?
Well,
postponed, correct?
yeah, we were notified that the bids actually came in too high.
Oh, that's right.
And it's all
Yeah.
been postponed, and that's the only update we
Okay,
have.
but they are aware that that we're not gonna cover that, whatever it was.
Yeah, we'll have to notify
Somebody
them.
needs to make sure that the county knows that we're not covering that cost. It needs to be a part of their bid process.
Yep.
And I know I said something to Bob, who's the chair of the county, I think he still is, at least he's on the county board, and he said he would look into it, but I never heard back from him. So we should follow up. You guys think, make sure the county has that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
And I don't think they put any, at least from what I was reading, there's no projection of when it could be in the future. Is that what you gathered? It's just tabled, and I think that's kind of where it's at.
Well, could you, or would you send them something official, from you or Gina, saying, you guys, here is our best bet on what it's gonna cost, here's a quote or whatever, for that work to be done, please make sure, so we have it on record, that they've received it, the right person has received it, who's involved in running that, or developing that trail.
Okay.
That way you guys have something in writing that you've said they need to make sure they plan for it, and it doesn't come back and bite us. Anybody disagree?
No.
Any other comments on that one? Okay. Item number 7 is chair update. I just want to wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving. Don't get too foodie. I always end up falling asleep on Thanksgiving Day because of the turkey, I think. But stay safe out there. A lot of people are traveling. Gas prices have recently dropped a little bit, so they're expecting a lot of people to be on the road, so be safe while you're out there. Item number 8, engineers report. Kevin?
Not a heck of a lot. The only thing, we quite a big push to apply for those grants. We submitted for 3 of them. The Monroe Street, which was due at the end of October, that was for the STP urban program. The North End Road, that's the regular LRIP funds that we applied for. That was due last Wednesday. And then the big one was Galahad Road, and that was LRIP supplemental discretionary. So those have been all submitted to the county and DOT.
Any questions for him? The LRIP supplementary, is that a higher percentage? Okay,
Yeah,
so the residents down there wouldn't face as big of an assessment if we can get that.
correct.
So, and then in my opinion, until we get that, I'm not sure we really want to touch Galahad.
Yeah, that's a pretty,
That's, if you look at like the he has them listed in importance priority, and that's why the list is kind of skipped around, so we could utilize the grants on the bigger projects and the smaller grants for the cheaper ones, so that's why we're not technically following the list in the order of priority.
Yep.
It's for funding.
yep.
Okay. All right, that takes us to item number 9, director report. Any project updates or anything you want us to know?
No project updates. Snow plowing's coming around the corner. I'd like to remind the residents to remember to pull in their garbage cans on Wednesdays. It's makes a tremendous amount of work when we gotta go around garbage cans or pull them in when they're still out Thursday and Friday and sometimes the next Monday. Other than that, we'll do our best snow plowing, but a reminder that our equipment is designed to take the snow from the middle of the road and put it to the edge. So although they're welcomed, feedback is welcomed, there's not much that can prevent it about snow at the end of your driveway. That's how the machines are designed, to push the snow to the side, and we have no way of directing the amount that comes off on the blade.
And I will also say, as a reminder, that each year we try and encourage you, if you've got a spot on the curb that you can put the garbage cans and keep that shoveled off, so you can put those garbage cans on the curb, so the guys don't have to go around those garbage cans. It's amazing to me how often on Wednesday mornings we have snow. Right when the garbage cans are out there. It happens so often, it's ridiculous.
And we can, when they're out for days and it turns to ice, then we can't get the snow to the curb. We can't plow frozen, wet ice, or not wet, but you can't plow ice, so getting it to the curb is just as much our responsibility as the residents to make sure that the curb is clear. That's, I would say the number one complaint is not getting it to the curb, but we can't crush garbage cans, we can't move vehicles, so we have to,
They got mailboxes to watch out for.
so.
And
the-
everybody check your mailboxes, by the way. Your neighbor's mailbox, you should be able to look down the line and see that your neighbor's mailboxes are this height. I saw one near me the other day that's hanging way over the street. That one's gonna get clipped. So make sure that you get your mailboxes standing straight. In next year's budget, we are budgeting for another loader. Is that coming sooner rather than later, or?
Until the loan and stuff was approved tonight, no pre-orders, we couldn't do
Okay. anything.
anything. So it sounds like availability is within about 60 days.
Okay.
But nothing's been, couldn't act on it until the night to place
Right.
the orders, so.
So that will help for those of you in cul-de-sacs that call us and say that we don't get the snow close enough because we're bringing the big plow down the cul-de-sac. The loaders will help with that piece. The extra loader is the plan. All right, anything else, Matt?
That's all I have.
Okay. You ready for snow? All right, that takes us to item 10, Public Works Capital Equipment, Current and Future Budgeting. Anybody got anything future? I mean, I will say this, the budget just passed. So, and these guys were here. There was just a couple discussions about the sewer, nothing major. I can fill you in on that after.
The only thing that we have, and it was something I wanted to implement, but it was too late for the budget. So I do have on here for the future budgeting, we do want to transfer 10,000 from unassigned to assigned funds for emergency maintenance.
Okay.
This year we ran into it. We had a $5,000 repair on the truck, and we don't budget for emergencies, we budget for routine maintenance. So it'd be something that wouldn't get touched unless there was an emergency, you know, a major issue like this year when we had the motor issues with the Mack. That repair was $5,800. So that took our entire
Right.
routine maintenance budget. So that's something that I'm gonna put on the, with,
Next,
you know,
next budget, or next
yeah,
agenda?
to
Okay.
discuss of making like emergency maintenance fund.
All right, and talk to Nathan too. I'm not sure if we need to do that.
Yep,
If
that's the way
if-
we have to do it.
We have
I've
to vote
discussed
on it?
with him.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. So yeah, just put that on the next, I mean, I suppose we could make a motion even tonight. Do you know the fund number that you want to transfer?
We have to make one.
Oh,
So it'll
okay.
be something that we.
All right, then that's a future
Yep.
agenda item. Anything else for budgeting? All right, item 11, future agenda items, and we just got one for future budgeting, but that's also a future agenda item. Anybody else got anything else you want to discuss about Public Works? You guys? If not, we are adjourned at 5:54 PM.
Nice work.
Thank you.